Deep in the humid heart of the American South, where Spanish moss hangs like funeral shrouds from ancient oaks, a dark legend begins to breathe. The air here is heavy with secrets. And the locals know better than to wander the swamp roads once the sun dips below the horizon. In the dim light of general stores, hushed voices trade stories of the Cypress Wraith, a specter born of old sorrow and stagnant water. They speak of a forgotten journal, hidden for decades, which contains the only sketches of a presence that defies all natural law. Elias, a man who built his life on cold facts, stepped into the Blackwood graveyard at midnight, determined to expose the myth as a lie, but the graveyard had its own logic. Between the crumbling tombstones, the shadows began to detach themselves from the ground. Moving with predatory grace, the flame of his lantern flickered wildly, casting jagged silhouettes against the cypress trees that seemed to lean closer with every passing second. Suddenly, the swamp water erupted in a silent churn. Something was rising. Something that had been waiting for a witness to claim. He fled toward the ruins of a collapsed chapel, the only sanctuary left in this nightmare landscape of ink and dread. There, amidst the rubble and broken glass, the confrontation began. Entity stood before him, a void where light should have been. Logic failed, reality fractured. The struggle was a cacophony of movement, a desperate fight for survival in a world turned upside down. The chapel walls trembled as a final. Concussive force threw Elias backward into the encroaching mist. When the sun finally rose over the swamp, the chapel was empty. The heat of the day began to burn away the evidence of the night. But some things cannot be erased. A forgotten relic lay in the moss, a silent testament to a mystery that remains unsolved.